SVG's Jason Dachman here with another episode of SVG Sports Tech on Demand. I'm joined by Scott Bounds, Media Cloud Architect at Microsoft, a longtime supporter of SVG and member of the SVG community. Scott, first of all, where are you coming to us from, and is everybody in your household safe and healthy right now?
Oh, thanks, Jason. Yeah, I'm coming from downtown Manhattan in Greenwich Village, and a little studio I have set up in my apartment. It doubles for myself, and my wife's a professor, so we actually had an online course at Queens College this morning.
All right. Yeah, you got the facilities, which is great. Some of us just have our basements.
Yeah, totally.
So, look, we're in a very different world when it comes to production right now than we were a month ago. A lot of people moving towards cloud and remote workflows. Microsoft, obviously one of the biggest players when it comes to these types of workflows. How are you guys serving the community, and what are some of the solutions that you're seeing become pretty popular as people try to, keep working, but from home?
Oh, definitely. So I would say the last 3 weeks have been very busy, and really it's a couple things, right? From a general Microsoft standpoint, we're doing a lot with collaboration with teams. That's really where people are having to work virtual, et cetera. But I think the really thing around media workflows, what we're seeing is how can we get editors and content creators productive again? And that's really working from their home. So we're seeing across different workflows. We're seeing promo workflows, ad agencies, et cetera. So it's really what we've been talking about probably for the last year, but really how is that ramping up? And people are, we were getting calls. We're really looking at what's the minimum viable product? What do you need next week? What do you need 3 months from now? And how can we get your people actually to work remotely? So that's really the key thing of, doing, whether it's editing or motion graphics or visual effects, how to really provide those workflows.
Right. And what are some of the popular choices that people are making? Again, when it first, right around mid-March, when the lockdowns really started to hit, I think everybody just sort of snapped into reactionary mode. But in the last couple of weeks, people are developing some new cool workflows, some interesting, ways of going about production and sharing content, editing content. What are some of the popular workflows that you've seen utilizing Microsoft tools?
Sure, definitely. So I think the first choice that a customer makes is, do they want this as a managed service, or do they want to run this themselves? And usually with our larger enterprise customers, they really want to tie into their security to be managed. So that's really the first choice. And from a provider standpoint, that's what we're really seeing. So we have partners that run on top of the Azure Cloud, such as Avid has their Edit on Demand, where you basically can sign up for seats. And then also we have partners such as Beebop and Stratuscore that are offering solutions. So these are workstations in the cloud that you connect to. That's what's really key. And also there's a lot of key partners here. One of the biggest ones also Teradici, which gives you this high visibility. So we're seeing this, do you want to run it in your own tenant, in your own subscription, manage it yourself or outsourced? And then also we're really seeing the gamut as far as tools. We have some shops that are pure Adobe Creative Cloud. So they're using Creative Cloud. Others might be a Avid shop. We even have people using Media Composer against shared storage backend, Avid Nexus with maybe Adobe Premiere. And then also things such as Cinema 4D and Maya, et cetera. So we're really running the gambit for what people need to do based on their tools. But it's really that having that super high-end, graphically GPU-powered machine up in the cloud that you can actually get to.
Yeah, people are basically asking to have their studio level facilities at their bedroom at home. So you have to have that really cloud-based, high scale machine power, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're actually thinking about it as studio in the cloud, where the tools you actually need. Now, that's only one piece of it. I was just speaking with somebody from an advertising workflow of, if you have a bunch of content and you're working with partners, how can you actually facilitate moving all the content around? So, hey, I have someone doing some filming and then editing, then maybe someone doing some After Effects and finishing, et cetera. How to do all that collaboration in a virtual environment. And that's actually, with us and our partners, a back end of Azure as the cloud storage where you can store all of this and secure it, and then using other partners, such as Signian and others to really share all that. So we're really seeing the gambit from craft editing, promos, all the way to just, hey, how do I move stuff between my partners to get a spot out in time?
Right, right. So, I mean, that's where we are right now. And again, everybody's just sort of trying to keep the lights on, keep production flowing, keep the content coming out. But when we get to the other side of this thing, there's no question that the production world is going to look very different. People are already moving towards cloud-based and remote workflows, and this is just going to put the pedal to the metal on that shift. So, how do you see Microsoft playing a role long term as people develop, more of these types of workflows?
Yeah, we actually are really looking very seriously at that right now. So I think what's going to happen is when productions really start again, whether it's from a sports standpoint or studios or even into the episodic television, et cetera. I think what we're really going to be seeing is a lot less people on set, a lot of people on location. So how do we actually facilitate that with leveraging the backbone, the cloud, but with all these tools? So we're actually working right now to say, okay, how would something flow from being, on set at a production all the way to to get dailies, to get editors, and how that actually flows through with less people being there? Because really a lot of this is, you want to have less people, kind of social distancing, less people there. So that's really something that we're really looking at today with all the key partners. We're really the foundation for that, but also how do we bring all the partners to really enable that?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's going to be a lot to be worked out in the next few months. I'm sure Microsoft is going to play a big role in whatever that ecosystem looks like coming down the road. But Scott, really appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much, and stay safe and
Great.
stay healthy. All right.
Great. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Jason. You too. Stay safe and healthy, and hopefully we'll get to the other side of this. And looking forward to seeing how this plays out.
Yep. Hopefully, we'll see each other in an SVG event pretty soon, sooner than later.
Exactly. If not in person, virtually for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks again, Scott. And for more episodes of SVG Sports Tech On Demand, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and the SVG YouTube channel.